Hi everyone! Today we'll be showing you the tutorial for the middle part low bun. You will need hairpins that you'll get right from JDC Dance Center, or you can get hairpins from CVS, but I recommend the ones from the studio, bobby pins, a hair tie to match your child's hair color, the Conair fine tooth comb, water, hairspray that's strong hold, and gel that's strong hold, a brush, a hairpiece if needed, and a hairnet. Alright, so to start the middle part low bun, you want to make sure that you're pulling their hair back. I would spray it down with some water, especially if you have dancers who don't have a middle part. This just kind of helps for you to separate that hair out. I'm going to push straight down that middle. And I always make sure before I get started that I go to the front of their face just to make sure that it's their exact middle. That's pretty good. Making sure that it's nice and straight and it goes all the way back for now. The next step that you're gonna wanna do is comb this hair back. And you're going to take your gel, and this is the really exciting part. You ready, Goose? And I squirt it right on their head, lovely like that. And you're gonna push this all down. You can use the comb for this, but I usually just get it with my hands because it makes it a lot easier. Glue this sucker down. Make sure it goes all the way in the back. This is gonna start that process, and it's gonna look wet and it's gonna look gross until you take this comb and start combing through it. Taking this, I'm pulling the hair straight down to her ear, then pulling back. You don't wanna pull back to the bun. Combing that gel through the hair to make sure it lays nice and flat. The other thing you want to make sure you do is underneath the hair, you want to make sure that you get gel under here so that all those baby hairs kind of stay up in that ponytail. All right. So once you kind of have that gel coated through her hair, you're going to go in with hairspray. And I like to do this in sections. So I usually start from the front right section and I'll do sections across until I get to the other side. So I take some hairspray. Sorry, Goose, right in your face, right? And I comb down and back. That's just gonna lock that hair right in place. And then once I get that front section down, I'm going to this back section here on the side. You good? Yeah? You're gluing you down today. Moving on from here. And last but not least, you want to spray the bottom of their neck. Get those baby hairs glued, glued, glued. Nothing poking out on us today. All right. From here, you're going to take a hair tie, matches your child's hair color. Oh gosh. And you're gonna tie this into a pony. Now, if any lumps and bumps are created, that's okay because we're making the bun. So if you comb everything down into this, you'll hide it with the bun. So that's a little secret. You wanna comb it down into that pony, make sure everything's nice and tight. And then you hide little bumps in their bun. All right, so our next step is we're gonna take our little piece of hair, we're going to twist it. As you twist it around, you're going to bring it up and over, and you're going to add pins as you twist. I would not twist the entire bun, then add pins, because then it usually pokes out, gets all bumpy. You're going to want to use hair pins, and you can buy these right from the studio. These are a lot wider, so it grabs the hair and then pulls it in so we don't have any muffin tops poking out. So you're gonna take the hair, can you look down for me? You're going to twist. You want to put this push pin perpendicular to her head, push it down, and then push in from there. This is gonna make that bun nice and flat. Taking the hair and twisting it. Push it in, pull it over, push it in nice and flat to her head. And you're gonna continue to do this until your child runs out of hair. Pushing it in, pulling up, and pushing. I like when I get to the end to use just a normal bobby pin, just because the hair gets a little bit thinner, so it will kind of grab it a little bit better. Okay, now, if you have thick, luscious, beautiful hair, you're done, you're gonna put a hairnet on, and you're gonna be golden. However, Goose here has very thin hair. So we're actually going to be adding a fake hair piece to make her bun a little bit bigger because it's super small on her head. So these little fake hair pieces, it's hair in a hair tie. You can get it from Amazon. There's hundreds of colors to match your daughter's hair color, and they're super inexpensive. You're literally gonna take it and you're gonna place it over top of their bun. And then you're just going to go back in with some of these hairpins, and you're just taking it and twisting it and making it look just like their bun is much fuller, and it looks exactly like their normal hair. So I'm just taking it, grabbing, starting anywhere, pushing that pin into her head, pulling over, shoving it in. And you're gonna do that until you make it all the way around that head. All right, before we move on from this, I want to add, if you have hats for any dance, you wanna make sure that you put the hat on first before you put the hairnet on and you finalize everything, because if the bun's too high and the hat falls forward, it creates a shadow on your face. You wanna make sure the bun's at the right height, it's towards the bottom of the head before you go on to adding the hairnets. The hairnet is the most important part. Please do not forget the hairnet. You wanna make sure it matches their hair color, and you place it over the top. You twist it at the bottom, and you're gonna put it over twice. Any excess after that, you're just going to wrap around the bun. Now you're gonna notice that it might pull their hair out again. We're gonna add a couple more pins to kind of push that back against the head. I just put a hairpin into that to wrap the rest around. All right, now this is really important. You're gonna want your child to push against you. So Arabella, I'm gonna push against your head. I want you to push back, okay? Push towards me. That way you can get this nice and tight against their head. Make sure that you pull that bottom towards their head too, so it's not poking out anywhere. At this point, kind of take all the pins, push them in, make sure it's nice against their head. You can always go in with a little bit more hairspray just to kind of lock everything in.
And that's the tutorial for the middle part low bun. Thanks for watching.